Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Whole Direct channel. This week we're going to go over something a little bit different than what we usually talk about. I'm just going to teach you real quick how to set up a 2-PC streaming setup. I spent about 2 weeks in complete technical purgatory trying to make this thing work correctly, and in those 2 weeks I couldn't find a single useful video on how to do this. So if you've made a video like that, or you know of a video like that, congratulations, I didn't find it. So we're going to go over how to set this up in Streamlabs OBS using an Elgato 60S capture card. Okay, that's exactly what we're going to use. If that's exactly what you have, this is going to work 100%. And if it doesn't, oops, I don't know, it should. Let's go. The first thing we're going to go over is going to be your hardware, okay? So first of all, your webcam and your mic are going to go to your streaming computer. So they're no longer going to be in your gaming computer. They're just going to plug those things directly into your streaming computer. We'll go over what to do with them later. Next, you're going to take your Elgato 60S capture card, right? You're going to have HDMI out, and then on the other side you have HDMI in, and then the HDMI computer, okay? So webcam, mic, this thing plugged into your streaming computer, and then your HDMI. So on our gaming PC, the only software you need to have installed is going to be the Elgato Sound Capture. I believe when I downloaded this through that, you might click that, and then you're going to make sure that you say you want to hear your PC gaming, none. You don't want to hear NVIDIA high definition audio. That's going to be, that could change via your computer, but you make sure you want to send it through the HD 60S. And that is going to be all you have to do on your gaming PC. Now we're going to move on to the streaming PC.
Hello YouTube, welcome to Drake Array Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about audio routing, dual PC streaming. I recently started dual PC streaming and it can get a little hectic and crazy, and you may think you need to buy a $500 mixer to make it all work, but you really don't. So on the cheap, on a budget, and an awesome way to do it that's reliable, I'm going to show you today some audio routing dual PC setups. Here we go. All right, let's talk about some audio routing. So I actually have my Elgato card, and I'm running an HDMI cable between the two PCs, right? So I'm running a HDMI cable from my graphics card on my gaming PC over to my streaming rig on the capture card. Now that's great for capturing the game audio, and that's great for capturing the desktop audio and also the video for the game. But what it doesn't capture is whatever you have connected to your streaming PC. So on the streaming PC, any alerts you have, any soundboard items you have, all the things that are going on the streaming PC, you're not going to really have the ability to route that audio over without some type of mixer or some type of setup, right? Because a lot of people think they absolutely have to have this, and you really don't. So you can see here on the gaming PC, you have your XLR microphone, you have your gaming headset and all that, and everything else is kind of coming from the streaming PC. So here's another option that you can use to connect everything. So you have your studio vocal mic, you can have an external audio device, you can have your headphones and stream alerts going here, your stream broadcast and all this stuff going here, and then it actually connects to your gaming console or gaming computer here. And so you don't actually have to spend $500 to do this setup and do all this, I actually have a nice, easy, simple setup to show you with routing your audio back from your streaming PC here back over to your gaming rig. The Go XLRs can get really pricey. I mean, you're looking at $500 before tax and shipping and everything. So it's $500 no matter how you look at it. They're always in high demand, and they're only 4-channel, and they're nice, they're cool, they got a lot of cool effects and everything like that, but not everybody has $500 to spend on something like this. So what I actually did was end up getting this awesome cable that has really impressive shielding technology in it for audio and whatnot. And what I did was, from my streaming PC on the back of the motherboard, I took my line out, or my headphone port, and I literally took my line out port and I connected that cable from here over to my gaming rig on the line in. And I actually went into the Windows sound settings, and what you can do in the sound settings in Windows, if you go to your line in, go to properties, go to listen. I turned on the listen to this device feature and I clicked OK. I actually went into the Windows sound settings, and what you can do in the sound settings in Windows, if you go to your line in, go to properties, go to listen. I turned on the listen to this device feature and I clicked OK. So now everything that's coming from the streaming PC gets piped into my gaming rig, and it goes right out to my stream, which is like perfect. It's like the cheapest, best solution.
Per second or hertz, because a lot of people have had that issue. So OBS fixes that issue. And then when you set up your scene in OBS or Streamlabs or XSplit, whatever you use on your streaming PC, make sure you obviously create a scene, and then you're going to right click, which you add a source, and you're going to add a video capture device. Obviously name it whatever you like, and then choose the Elgato HD60S. This is the capture card that you're going to have plugged into your stream PC, and that is also projecting from OBS through your capture card into the stream PC. Remember, you have to have OBS Studio open on your gaming PC if you're going to project it with OBS into your capture card. Right, now that you've got your gaming PC onto your stream PC, we're going to do the audio. If you don't have an audio soundboard or a Go XLR or anything that's related to hardware, I do have a tutorial on how to connect your gaming audio and your microphone audio from your gaming PC to your stream PC without using any hardware and without paying for any software. There's free software. I'll leave a link right up here. You can see how to bridge the gap for your audio with your microphone and with your gaming audio, and you can connect that straight into your stream PC. I'm going to talk about how to set it up with the Go XLR. I have also shown how to set up your Go XLR from start to finish, the correct audio settings, and to fine tune it all and make sure that you have it used to the best quality and to the best potential that it has. Link to that video is also up there on how to set up your Go XLR. As far as audio goes for your dual PC stream, you can download the Pedalboard 2 software.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Streamloots YouTube channel. My name is Preacher, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about an awesome free streaming software called Streamlabs OBS. This video is going to be similar to our platform overview of OBS Studio, so if you haven't checked that video out, we'll leave a link to that video in the description below. So what is Streamlabs OBS anyway? Well, Streamlabs OBS, like OBS Studio, is a software that allows you to broadcast your content live to platforms like Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, and Facebook. However, Streamlabs has integrated a ton of tools like custom alerts, widgets, and overlays right into their dashboard, which is going to make your job a lot easier when you want to get a really creative look with your live stream. Today, we'll show you how to download and install Streamlabs OBS, as well as give you an overview of the software to help you get started before you go live. With that being said, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we need to download Streamlabs OBS. So we're going to go to streamlabs.com and download the software to our computer. So we're going to click this green button here that says download Streamlabs OBS. Once we click on that, it's going to download over here. And once that's downloaded, we can click on it and run the program. Then when we go to set up Streamlabs OBS, we're going to have to go through their terms and agreements. We're going to click agree. And we're going to choose where we want Streamlabs OBS to install. For me, I've installed it within my program files folder. Once we've done that, we're going to have to log into the account to connect Streamlabs with our streaming platform. So we're going to select the platform that we are streaming to. Once we've logged into our platform's account, we now have two options that we can select between when setting up Streamlabs OBS. Now, as I said, this is very similar to OBS Studio. What Streamlabs OBS has done is they've allowed you to import settings from OBS Studio if you've already been working with OBS Studio to make your job a little bit easier. You can also select Start Fresh. This is what we're going to do today for the sake of exploring Streamlabs OBS. Once we've done that, we're going to be able to set up our mic and our webcam. And so we're going to go down here to select our webcam, and then down here to select our microphone. Click continue. Once we've done that, we're going to see a blank canvas within Streamlabs. There's quite a few differences with Streamlabs OBS in comparison to OBS Studio, such as the menu options up at the top left, like the editor and the themes that you can select from, as well as the dashboard button right here. But we'll go into a lot of this throughout the video. Down in the bottom left right here, we're going to see that there is a collection of scenes. In this case, there's only one scene created currently, and this is by default when you begin in Streamlabs. In order to add a scene, we're going to click on the plus sign here to add a new scene, and we can name this scene whatever we'd like. We'll call it Scene 2. Now that we've added that scene, we're going to have two blank scenes within Streamlabs that we can rotate between. Now what we need to do is we need to add sources to that scene. In order to do that, we're going to go down to the bottom middle here where it says Sources, and we're going to go to the plus sign. You're going to see a pop-up menu that's going to give you a ton of different options of different sources that you can add to your scene. So let's add a few sources here. To begin, let's add a background to our scene here. Let's call this background, and we're going to click add source. It's going to give us an option to search for a file on our computer. I'm going to select this awesome Streamlabs background, and I'm going to click done. Once I do that, I can resize this however I would like and fill out the scene, or I could add it to just a part of the scene. All right, now that we've added a background, let's add a webcam. We're going to go to video capture device, and we're going to click add source, and we'll label this webcam. Let's click add source, and then we're going to be able to select from any of the webcams that are connected to our computer currently. So let's select this webcam here, and we're going to click done. And now we can move this and drag it wherever we would like. So let's say I wanted to add a display capture so that my viewers can see what I'm looking at on my monitor. For example, if I'm searching the web or anything like that, I could do that simply by adding a display capture, adding source. We'll leave it named display capture. So let's select the one we're currently using. And now that I've done that, you're going to be able to see everything that I'm looking at. Now, what I want to show you is that if you go down below in the sources, you should think of the sources like a sandwich. It's essentially different pieces that are layered together from top to bottom. So what you see at the top is going to be in front versus what's at the bottom, which is going to be in the back. So if I move the display capture, for example, behind the webcam, it's now going to reveal my webcam. And now we still don't see the background, so let's move the display capture behind the background, and now that's going to hide the display capture. Resizing and relocating your sources is a great way to make sure that your scene looks exactly the way that you want it to look. So let's say we want to highlight every time somebody performs an action in the channel, such as following, hosting, donating, or subscribing. In order to do that, we're going to add something called a widget. And Streamlabs has a ton of different options here. The one that we want to talk about is the alert box. And the alert box is going to highlight donations, subscriptions, follows, bits, or embers, hosts. So let's add that source, and we're going to label it alert box. And we're going to have a menu that's going to give us a ton of different options of the actions we want to highlight within that box. We can get a preview of what's going to happen in the alert, and we can adjust the layout as well as the sources and settings. If we want to test what each of those alerts looks like, we can click Test Widgets, and let's get an example of what the follow alert is going to look like for the viewer. So when I click the test follow, it's going to give me a preview of what the viewer is going to see when they follow the channel. When we click done, it's going to show that our alert box is located right here. So we can move this, resize it, and relocate it wherever we would like on our scene. So now that we've talked about what your viewers are going to see in the scene, we're also going to talk about what your viewers are going to hear. And so we're going to look at the mixer at the bottom right here, and you're going to see a list of all of the audio inputs and outputs that are added as sources on a particular scene. To edit those sources, we can click on the settings wheel here. So what you're going to see here is a list of all of the audio outputs and inputs within your scene. For example, the desktop audio is going to capture all of the audio from your computer. So if you add music or your gameplay audio, all of that is going to be impacted by setting the volume here. Your mic and aux is your audio input, which is what you're hearing right now. This, I like to highly recommend that you set your desktop audio to a volume that's not going to overpower your microphone. The last thing that you want